Well, Matt, joining me on the desk for our first look at sports, and of course the Lloydminster Bobcats starting off the month of October on the right foot, or I guess we could say the right paw.
Oh, good. Oh, look at you. Yeah, winning their first 2 games on a 3-game road trip with a pair of victories against the Grand Prairie Storm over the weekend. Now on Friday, the Cats, courtesy a pair of goals from Taylor Mulder, were able to come away with a 2-1 win, then followed that up with 4 unanswered goals en route to a 4-1 victory the next night, pushing the Border City Bunch's winning streak to 4 games.
We played pretty well. I mean, I thought, Friday night was a good 40 minutes. We struggled in the last 20, I thought, but real consistent effort Saturday. And, 5 pretty good periods out of 6. And defensively, we did a lot of good things. And I thought our special teams was pretty good, and that maybe was the difference.
It was a really great performance. All the guys bought in, and we played as a team. And Devin was solid in net, and we were good on the special teams, and ended up getting 2 wins.
Now, after being held off the score sheet in the month of September, 20-year-old Lukas Biensch found his stride, putting up 4 points over the weekend.
It's a lot mental, so you guys got to be mentally tough and come prepared, and you just got to be working hard. And if you work hard than everyone on the ice, it's going to come to you eventually, and it did this weekend. So
I think after watching some film, he kind of opened his eyes a little bit to the fact that he's got to move some more on the ice, and he was standing still waiting for things. But he created this weekend. He got to the net, and it was great to see him get rewarded. And a 4-point weekend, if you can do that every weekend, we're in a pretty good position.
The Bobcats wrap up their road trip tomorrow night against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons. Well, to Bantam hockey now, as the Lloydminster foremost Heat look to bounce back after a tough loss to Edmonton, as yesterday they faced Red Deer Black at the Civic Centre. Midway through the opening frame, Chase Waters decides to go coast to coast. Then wires one high blocker side, giving the Heat a 1-0 lead. Second period, game tied 1-1. Waters cross-ice feed to Oren Santazo. That had goal written all over it. The blast from the point makes it 2-1 Heat. A few minutes later, Easton Haygarth gets in the act, sliding home the Heat's 3rd goal of the afternoon. Let's jump to the 3rd period now. Waters to Matthew Moorbutter. The home side was in full control as they go on to double up Red Deer by a score of 6-3. To minor midget Rohan Rage taking on KC Centennial. First period, Rage up 1-0. Alexander Hopkins left alone. Backdoor game tied at 1 apiece. Second period, Rage retake the lead. Mac Wilkinson to Jackson Kaluski. Coming up here, I promise. He finds the back of the net just 25 seconds into the frame. Now, moments later, Rage add another. Parker Soretsky with the tip in front. The Rage hang on for a 3-2 victory over KC. Well, he's become a YouTube sensation in recent years. Most notably, he broke a golf simulator with a 7-iron. But in this next video we are about to show you, 2-time long drive champion Jamie Sadlowski seems to have outdone himself.
This is the off the knees trick.
Sadlowski would drive the ball 331 yards from his knees. Now, to put that into perspective, PGA golfer Bubba Watson averaged 314 yards off the tee while standing up. The new promotional video for his sponsor Callaway started as a simple bet.
Their head of marketing, we always have a little competition. The last time I was down there, we tried to make a little better bet, fair bet for him, so I hit off my knees and still able to hit it 331 yards. And that video kind of went viral. I know there's ESPN played it last night and a couple other networks played it, so it's kind of gone viral. I mean, I've always been able to hit it fairly far off my knees. Again, in Carlsbad, we're at sea level. It's a little in the wind, so 331's pretty good.
If he's got a guy chasing him, then we got to reverse it.
When he's not busy on the links, the former AJHL forward helps coach the local junior B team in his hometown of St. Paul.
Days a year playing golf, I still get the itch to play hockey. I don't play as much as I'd like to anyways, but when I'm around, I've been helping coach this team for the last 3 years, and it's something that I have passion in. I mean, I think I've learned enough over the years that I'm able to help these kids, and it's kind of a fun pastime for me, because when I'm home, I mean, especially in the winter months, there's not much for me to do when I'm swinging a golf club or anything like that. So it's fun to come to the rink and to help these kids out and just kind of be around hockey still.
Well, the next month will be a whirlwind for Sadlowski. He heads to Orlando, Florida to work with the Golf Channel, then is off to a tournament in New Jersey before he trains for the World Long Drive Championship in November in Las Vegas. Well, that is your first look at sports. Annika has your weather details coming up. Well, it's a decade-long tradition that has yielded some great results on the gridiron in the border city. And over the weekend, it was on full display in another edition of Lloyd Minor Football Day. Moses Woldu has more.
It's a warm October afternoon in the border city. The hometown Colts Peewee football team take the gridiron against Bonnyville. Chance to showcase the kids amongst a crowd cheering them on. This was the brainchild of a few men who decided to share their love for the sport with the next generation.
It was Cal Harper, and he's actually coaching with the Barons right now. He started it, and I joined in year 2, and we started the Peewee League. My son at the time was 11 years old, and I wanted him to play, so I contacted Cal, and he said he's looking for coaches. So I coached the Peewee team the first few years as well, and I was like, as soon as I joined, I was in full.
A commitment that has led to the creation of Minor Football Day. Now in its 7th year, the once upstart association has grown strong, adding 2 Bantam programs, a midget team, leading to great success for both high school programs here in town.
We've seen the Raiders made it to 2 provincial championships in the last 4 years, I believe, and the Barons right now are sitting with the Raiders atop of the Wheatland Football League. So, I mean, it would be, I'm sure you wouldn't see those results if it wasn't for these players playing 3-4 years of football before they get there.
For the coaches, Minor Football Day has a special meaning.
To see the development from the first week of the season or even early in the spring, right? And we've put in different stuff on offense and defense, and it's a good opportunity for the kids to showcase their talents for their family and friends that are here today.
In the end, win or lose, it's all about passion, and Kirby has seen that firsthand in his own time on the sideline.
Some of these kids I coached started coaching when they were 10 years old, and there's a couple of them that even coach with me now on the Red Dogs, and a lot of them are coaching Peewee teams and Bantam teams. One way it makes me feel old, but probably more so it makes me feel proud that these guys have stuck with it, and it's had an effect on their lives, and now they're passing it on to the next generation.
Well, there was a special announcement for one local football coach here in the border city. Darren Pawsey is known for his time with minor football. Over the summer, Pawsey coached the Alberta Under-16s at the Summer Games. He was selected again to help coach the Under-16s against Team USA in Arlington, Texas, the home of one of the NFL's most historic franchises.
AT&T Stadium is a showcase for the Dallas Cowboys and really football stadiums all over the world. So we were pretty pumped when the details all emerged, and so then I absolutely committed to the program and said, yeah, I'm in.
Are you planning to parlay that perhaps into a coaching role with the Dallas Cowboys? Maybe talk to Jerry Jones about getting a contract.
Yeah, one of my coaches on the Barons was joking with me the other day, and he said, what's going to happen if you're walking down the hallway at AT&T and you run face-to-face into Jerry Jones? And I said, you know what? I said, I'll probably take a selfie and ask him, shake his hand. And my coach says, well, you're not a Dallas Cowboys fan, are you? And I said, I will be for that week.
That's all the time I have for sports this evening. We'll have more news and weather after the break.